Yo, what's up, dudes? How's it going? So I haven't been able to do too many videos this summer because it's busy. But next week they go back, and I'll be ramping up the video content. But until then, I've been trying to get at least one out a week, and failing sometimes at that. So this week, a number of people had asked if I would do a dedicated video on the RG760. And I said, sure. I'm running through Peavey Revalver. And I went with a total 80s metal to start out. What the hell was that? This is using what they call the Demon Head, which is a their version of a diesel. I like it. It's got that mid-push. So this is an RG760, a 1989. So at the time, I remember all this going down. I remember the Ibanez guy coming in with the catalog, the future catalog for the new body cut, and the whole revamping of the line, the signing of Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and Frank Gambale, and they really pushed they were I think the company that really pushed the artist endorsements first. Although they may have got probably a little lesson from Kramer on that, because Kramer was really pushing the artist endorsements in particular, and same with really Jackson. I mean, there was an ad with Jackson that had like pretty much every contemporary guitar player, in like 1984, maybe 1985. An ad came out. It's like everybody's in it. Steve Vai and Warren DeMartini, and I think Tony McAlpine and Carlos Cavazo, and I mean pretty much all the hot players at the time. So Ibanez sort of saw that mentality and said, me too, and they got Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and Frank Gambale, and they got all these people, and they sort of revamped the line. The catalog came out in 87, but I remember we were an Ibanez dealer, and if I remember correctly, they weren't shipping us product until February of 88. So if there was stuff coming out in 87, it was kind of slowly coming out. And the stuff we got, like my blue Ibanez, my Violet Pearl RG560, which I bought the day it showed up from Ibanez, and that was in February of 2008, of 1988. That has a 1987 badge, right? So in 87, they didn't silkscreen the back. They had a sticker, a badge that they would affix to the back, and that's how you know whether you have it. And it starts with a 7, as you would think it would. So they come out with the 550, the 560, the 570, and then although it might have been the 550 and the 560 first, and the 570 came maybe a few months later. This is the 7 series. So the 7 series, instead of the dot inlay, you got the shark tooth inlay. You got a binding on the neck, which is pretty sweet, actually. This one just has black hardware, but eventually they went to what was called Cosmos Black, which is what my Gem was in. So I think they sort of just borrowed that from the Gem line, which was sort of like a smoked chrome, But this is just straight up black. You had the edge tremolo, and then a single, double, and the singles are on this guitar, the IBZ USA, and the bridge is also supposed to be an IBZ USA, which is a DiMarzio made pickup. They're considered pretty decent pickups, actually. I think I'm squishing this. Get the. There's quite a magnet here for sound. And then in the bridge on this guitar is a Seymour Duncan full shred. And when I pulled it out to check it, it read BJ. B stands for full shred. J stands for Maricella Juarez, who was, of course, the most famous winder at Seymour Duncan. So it's an MJ. And I was pretty stoked. I was like finding treasure. So there I was on Guitar Center Used. Rest in peace. Did you see what they did to their website? Actually, it's improved in some way. The photos are better. I'm searching for something to give them, you know. But yeah, they kind of screwed it up. So I was looking. I think it was back in January. Right before the NAMM show. I was looking for a guitar on there, and I was searching around, and I saw like the mahogany, the burled mahogany S540 series with the all maple neck, which is kind of cool for that series, with the oval abalone inlays, probably a 92 or a 93, I'm thinking. And I was like, oh, that looks interesting. It's got the natural body with the nice wavy, mahogany, and it has the cool, maple fretboard, which you don't see maple all that often, What am I hitting here? Is it this? Is it this? No, I don't think so. I think it's this. Anyway. So I say, okay, listen, I'll order that up, right? I'll get that. And I placed the order. And as I'm sleeping on it overnight, I'm like, I kind of had some second thoughts about it. And if you have any second thoughts, just cancel the order. So the next day I said, you know what, before this ships out, I ordered it on the Sunday night. I said, before this ships out, I'll call them up and I'll try to cancel the order. So the next morning I get up and, they're basically saying, that was covering up the condenser ending. It is muggy out. I think I got the air conditioner set to 66. So, I call up the store and I said, listen, I placed an order online last night and, I really need to cancel that order. And he's like, actually, we don't open for like another 5 minutes. Can you call back in 5 minutes? I said, yeah, but that thing better not ship. And he's like, okay. So I called back in 5 minutes. I said, listen, I called, I placed an order last night. And before that thing ships out the door, I want to cancel this order. So I'm sure that thing is going to ship today, being Monday. He's like, all right, hold on. What's the order number? I give him the order number. He says, all right, hold on. I'll take care of this. No problem. While I'm on hold, I get an email from Guitar Center. Your item is shipped, and here's your tracking number. And I'm like, oh, I said, listen, bro, I just got an email saying, he gets back on the line. He's like, all right, I think I'm working. I said, I just got an email saying it's shipped. You should run back to that dock and make sure that thing is not being loaded on a truck right now. He goes, hold on. And he goes running out. He comes back. He goes, yeah, good thing you said that. That was getting loaded on a truck. It's like, dude, you guys suck. What the fuck? He's like, all right. It's not on a truck. It's here. Hold on. And we went through, and he canceled it. And I was like, cool. It was $299. That same day, I just happened to be trolling through there again, and I see this guitar for $299. And it's listed as an RG760. And I was like, wow. Either that, because normally these sell about 200, 300 more than that. That's pretty standard. These are usually in like the 450 to 550 range. Sometimes you'll see them more, but people don't really get that kind of money for it. They're like $399, $499 pretty regularly. So $299 would be a really good price. So I was like, okay, let me call up and see what's up. Because either it's a real 570 and they get the picture wrong, which has happened to me before, or they don't know what they have. They're calling it a 570 and it's really a 760. Let me call up. I call up and I say, what's the deal with the inlay? I'm like, okay, that's single, double, right? Black. He's like, yep. I go, and it's got the shark tooth inlay and the binding on the neck. He goes, yep. And I said, now, two of the pickups, do they say like IBZ USA? And he goes, yeah. He goes, but the humbucker doesn't. I said, yeah, it looks to me like it's been replaced. And he's like, yeah, it might have been. And it said it came with a case. It says this comes with case or bag. And then underneath that, it says this comes with case. So, and if it comes with a bag, it will say, this comes with case or bag, which is probably a checkbox when they're filling that out. And then underneath, it says exactly what it is. And it said, this comes with case. Sometimes it says this comes with bag. Sometimes it says it comes with original case. Sometimes it says not original case. I mean, you get all kinds of stuff filled into that form on their website. But this said it came with a case. So I was like, oh, what's the condition? He's like, it's kind of beat up. And he's right, it is kind of beat up. It doesn't have like massive, neck cracks or anything, but, the body was chipped up quite a bit. So I said, all right, what's the best price you can do? He goes, I can do another 25 off. He goes, I'll go $274.95. I said, all right, and that's with a case, right? He goes, no case. It says right here, it comes with a case. He goes, yeah, I don't have a case for it. I'm like, well, you can't find me a case? He goes, nope. No case. I'm like, well, if I pay the $299, do I get a case? He goes, nope, I don't have a case for it. I was like, all right, well, you know what? Send it anyway. I'll see what's up. And, of course, I take a screen capture of the screen that says it comes with case because I'm going to work. And I said, and send it to my local store. So he sent it to the local store, and I went out there, and I picked it up, and I opened up the thing, and it didn't have a case. And I said, where's the case? And they said, oh, I don't know. I don't think it came with a case. And so I pull out my phone, and I have the screen capture on it. I said, no, it says right there. Comes with a case. And they go, all right, let me take a look around. And they found an old used case that stunk like cigarettes and was covered in stickers. But it fit the guitar perfectly. And, structurally it was fine. It just looked and smelled bad. I said, all right, I'll take that. Took it home. Took the guitar right out of it so the guitar doesn't stink. And I Febreze that thing like you can't believe. I mean, like giant, soaked with Febreze. And I swear to God, that really worked. It really, just complete 180 on that guitar case in terms of smell. It was beautiful after that. It was a nice, crispy winter day, too. I was able to just put it out and let it air out here. But before we got all the snow, right, 3 weeks later, we had like 3 feet of snow out there. So I was stoked. So I get the guitar. He gives me a case. I leave Guitar Center. I'm like, sweet. I don't try out the guitar. I get home. And the bridge pickup is clearly screwed up. It hums when I go to that. It's the only position that's humming. It hums when I go to that position. And I said, that sounds like it's in single coil mode, I'm out of tune. That sounds in tune. So, of course, you take a little, I had in fact, probably the screwdriver. There's like a little screwdriver. These are great because you want to tap the coil, you want to tap the slug, and it really needs to be that sensitive, If it's like this, here I'm tapping the middle one, you're not getting anything. That it's off. And sometimes when the humbucker, one's like super loud like that one, but the other one not so much. But you feel a little bit that coil is off, and just one of them, so you're in single coil mode. So I said, well, the first thing I have to do is I have to identify the pickup because I have no way to fix this thing unless I see exactly what's going on. So I open it up. I see the sticker, I see the Seymour Duncan, and I'm like, all right, now I know what I'm dealing with. And I'm all stoked. It's like finding treasure. I'm like, it's a full shred. It's an MJ full shred. Now, hopefully it's not broken. So I open up the back panel, I look at it, and he has it wired exactly like a DiMarzio. He literally took off, and I'm going to gender bias and say it was a guy. And he pulls off the wires for the DiMarzio, and he puts the identical colored wires for the Duncan on. And of course, when you wire a Duncan like a DiMarzio, you get single coil. That is the result. So all I had to do was look at my handy dandy Seymour Duncan wiring schematic, switch the twisted pair with the, from what it was to what it should be. And that's where he went wrong, right? He twisted the wrong pair together. He twisted like the one coil together. And he ran the other coil through. So in the end, I got it working great. All set. Sounded great. I love that full shred. And we can check out something that's not so 80s if you want to just do. This is like their version of an orange. I love that pickup, we can try out. Do we have like a... Yeah, this is like a 6505. Just sort of dry. So I was pretty stoked with it. And, I think overall it was, a little bit of a problem, but as soon as I got that straightened out, we were good to go. And paid $274.95 plus shipping. They get like 22 shipping, but it's weird because on the new when I've purchased in store or I've purchased over the phone, they don't hit you up for the 22. They get about 6. So it's like free shipping and like $6 handling. So I don't know what's up with that, but that's literally just the way it goes. And it's a flat rate. No matter what guitar you order, it was like $22 shipping. No matter what amp you ordered, it was like $14 shipping, which doesn't make sense, but that's what they did. So anyway, there's the Ibanez RG760, and just straight up black. Probably could use a cleaning. I had it a few months now. It another 6505. It's like a little mellower. It's on the Crunch channel. Anyway, that's this guitar. Someone wanted me to do a fuller, longer. I think I talked about it extensively in a live show, but I know that you're wading through 2.5 hours, two and a half hours worth of stuff to get to the content. So that's this. Someone else had said, geez, your videos are shorter, and I liked it when you sort of jammed and talked a lot, and you haven't done one of those in a while, so here you go. That was specifically done this way to address that that concern that I was giving up on the long videos where I blah, blah, blah. Sure you want this? All right, guys, we can come and take a little closer look. I see that binding. That's pretty cool. I think it just makes it look a little, I don't know, more polished, a little bit thicker. It looks thicker, but it really isn't. It's the same size as the other series. And then there's the pick up the edge. You probably got to clean a little bit of rust out of it, but for the most part, it's pretty clean. Not too bad. All right, guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. And rock on.